Hello chess fans, this is Rick from Chess to Impress with an update on the 2018 World Championships. The candidates tournament will be played in March 2018 in Berlin in Germany from the 10th to the 28th of that month. It will be an 8-player double round robin, and we know now who will be the 8 contestants in that candidates tournament. We have Sergei Karyakin, the last challenger for Magnus Carlsen's title in 2016, he will be there. Levon Aronian and Ding Liren qualified through the World Cup. Aronian won and Ding was the finalist there. They both qualified. And Shahryar Mamedyarov and Alexander Grishuk come through the Grand Prix. The Grand Prix consisted of 4 tournaments. The last one was played in Palma de Mallorca in Spain in November 2017. And Mamedyarov and Grishuk came out as the 2 best players of the Grand Prix cycle. Then we have Fabiano Caruana and Wesley So, the 2 Americans. They qualify by rating, and the wild card went to Vladimir Kramnik, previous world champion. So these 8 players will play a double round robin in March 2018, and the winner of the tournament will challenge Magnus Carlsen for the world title at the end of 2018. As mentioned, Mamedyarov and Grishuk came through the Grand Prix. They were the last 2 to qualify for the candidates tournament. 2 other players were still in the running to qualify, Vachier Lagrave from France and Radjabov from Azerbaijan. They had to win in the last round of the Grand Prix in Palma de Mallorca to qualify, but they both did not win. That tournament was won by Levon Aronian, who had already qualified, of course, together with the Russian Grandmaster Dmitry Yakovenko. From the Grand Prix in Palma de Mallorca, I will show you a game from the winner of that tournament, the co-winner, Levon Aronian. He played in the 4th round against the Dutch Grandmaster Anish Giri. It was played on the 19th of November 2017. Let's have a look. Knight f3 from Aronian, Knight f6 from Giri, c4, g6, Knight c3 and d5. Giri plays a Grunfeld setup. Aronian took, Knight takes, and d3 is one of the anti-Grunfeld setups from white. It's called an anti-Grunfeld because the d pawn is on d3 and not on d4, where it normally is in a normal Grunfeld. Bishop g7 from Giri, bishop d2, Giri castled, g3, c5 and h4, which is a novelty. Aronian likes to push his h-pawn in many opening systems when he's white. In this video I used the comments from Grandmaster Yermolinsky on ChessBase and Grandmaster Ray in his newspaper column. Knight c6 from Giri, allowing white to open the h-file. He could have played h5, but that weakens the g5 square somewhat. He could have played h6 to keep the h-file closed, but that gives white a tempo. He could then have played queen c1, attacking the h6 pawn with 2 pieces, king h7 to protect the pawn again, then h5, g5, bishop g2, and black will have trouble defending the pawn on c5 when white will attack it. This bishop is looking that way, so it's not easy to play the b pawn up to protect c5. This is a comment from Grandmaster Yermolinsky. Knight c6 was Giri's choice. h5 from Aronian as planned. Giri took on c3. b takes. And now c4, which Grandmaster Yermolinsky liked. He called this an interesting concept. Aronian opens the h-file for his rook. h takes g6. Giri took back. And now queen a4, and Yermolinsky called this a positional riddle. White is attacking the c4 pawn, and now Giri should have taken on d3. Yes, he might have been afraid of queen h4, and this looks like a very strong attack over the h-file. But black can play f6, and according to Yermolinsky this is perfectly playable for black. Never mind the danger to black's king. We're destroying white's center. After bishop h6, queen a5, and black is okay. Easy, of course, in the analysis afterwards, not so easy over the board. So after queen a4, Giri did not take on d3. He did not take the pawn. He played knight a5 to protect the pawn on c4. d4. Now the knight has moved away from the center. Aronian stakes his claim for the center. b6, bishop g2, bishop b7, and queen c2. Black now would have loved for his pawn to be back on c5 to get a counterplay against white's center, but pawns don't move backwards. Queen d5 from Geary, knight h4, attacking the queen. Queen went back to d7, e4, e5, and d5. Bishop c8 from Geary, clearing the b7 square to reroute his knight. But as we will see, Geary will not have the time to execute this plan. f4 from Aronian, queen e7, and f5, the most energetic way of playing. White is a very strong attack. g5, queen d1, and Yarmolinsky says Levon is in the zone. He's rerouting his queen to the king side and ignoring the attack on his knights. If he had played knight f3 instead, then black can play f6 and is still alive. But after queen d1, black took on h4, took the piece, rook takes, rook d8, there comes the queen, king f8, and here the only suboptimal move from Aronian, he played rook g4 here. Queen g4 would have been better, or bishop h6 would have been better. After rook g4, Geary blundered with bishop f6. He should have played queen d6 here, and now white has to take on g7 to keep his attack going, and that way he will be a rook down. So rook takes g7, king takes, queen g5 check, king f8, king f2, making room for the rook. Then king e8, queen g7 with a great attack from white, but black is still fighting. He'll have to return material to avoid losing. So that after queen d6, but unfortunately for Geary, he blundered with bishop f6. And Aronian gave a check. King stepped aside, rook g8 check, king d7, and d6. And here Geary had to resign. Why did he resign? Well, if you take that pawn with the queen, then there is rook d1 with a skewer, and black has no compensation for the material deficits. And if after d6 you take with the king, then there is also rook d1 check, king c7, rook g takes d8, and again black has not enough compensation or has no compensation at all for the material deficits. Often it is said that one of the players has compensation for the material that he is down, but as chess players say, in this case white has the material and the compensation. So Geary resigned after the pawn to d6, and Aronian went on to win the tournament together with Yakovenko, the Grand Prix of Palma de Mallorca, the last one in the cycle. He did not really need to win that tournament. He had already qualified for the Candidates Tournament, and the end result was that Mamedyarov and Grishuk took the last two places in the Candidates Tournament in March 2018. Can't wait for that tournament. This is my 250th video for Chess to Impress, and I've never asked for financial support, but now I'm looking to invest in new software and hardware. So if you like the videos I make, it would be great if you could support the channel with a small donation. You can do it through PayPal. The web address is there, www.paypal.me/chess2impress. I will be very grateful for any support you can give. Hope you enjoyed this video. Bring on the Candidates Tournament, only a few months away. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to the Chess to Impress channel. Please leave a comment, and if you like the video, it would be great if you could share it on social media. You also may want to check out my Chess to Progress channel. I have a series there on viewers games. The link to that channel is in the description box. This is Rick from Chess to Impress. Thank you for watching.